Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this, but before we get to the car, let me tell you about my favorite car perfume from Involve Your Senses. Now this is the Involve Elements Amber. It's a fresh, manly perfume-like fragrance, and the best thing is it's a great blend of expensive rose oils as well as cinnamon extracts, resulting in a beautiful blend of a fresh perfume. Anyways, we have reached the car, so straight away we're going to be opening the engine bay, and there you can see the engine. It actually moves quite a bit when at idle because of course this is a 3-cylinder engine. There's insulation right there. You know what, this car is actually made in collaboration with BMW as well as Apple, because iCNG, so Apple-like naming, and of course it says M5 on the key. Actually this is for manual 5. Jokes aside, this is a flip key. This is to unlock the car, this is to lock the car, and this is for the follow me home function. Now this is the Tiago. The Tigor also gets rain sensing wipers and automatic headlights. Now there's some changes on this car. First and foremost, you get the chrome treatment up front. You get projector light. That is a projector. You can see the chrome lash, which looks quite nice. This is a new paint color or paint scheme. In fact, they've also got dual tone options. And this is the fog light of the car. Now because the lights are on, you can't see the DRL functioning, but I'll turn off the lights in a bit. And the other change is that there is chrome around the door handles as well. So there's some chrome here, there's chrome here, and there is chrome at the rear as well. So yeah, plenty of chrome along with the iCNG badging. So that's about it. That's the only change on the outside. But you know what? This car actually gets 14-inch wheels. The top spec Tiago, even the Tigor actually get 15-inch wheels. So these are 14 inches. The tire size happens to be 175/65 14. In fact, these are wheel caps. Yeah, these are actually wheel caps. I'm going to try to remove them. Not the best idea right now. That said, I really like this color scheme of this car, but you know what, the wheels look kind of small. Anyways, there's a safety feature in this car, which is when you open the fuel lid, the car automatically turns off. So it's like a stop start system. Just kidding. Here, I'm just going to press this button. There, the engine shut off. You know why? Because for safety reasons. There you can see it has opened completely. This is where the petrol goes. This is for the CNG. This is actually a nice safety feature. In fact, it tells you all the information about your car right there. Meanwhile, you can see the lights are nice. Everything is kind of halogen here, indicator functioning at the moment. Says Tiago here. There is a reverse camera right there. In fact, it gets rear parking sensors. Where are the parking sensors? I cannot find it at the moment. Okay, it has a camera. It doesn't have sensors, I believe. Whatever. That's something which is not important. What's important is that this car's boot has come down from 0 liters, actually 80 liters, but it's not usable because the CNG tank takes all the space. Now this is a standard CNG tank which is able to accommodate 60 liters of water, so 12-14 kgs of CNG gas, but there is no boot space. Spare wheel is not an alloy because the main wheel is not an alloy, but you can see it's impossible to actually access that. But there's a trick which I'll show you in a bit. But there is no boot, zero boot in this car. Let's just shut this. You get a rear wiper washer, says CNG, and vocal for local. High mounted stop lamp, sort of a, I don't know, spoiler treatment, whatever. Now hopefully the DRL would be functional at the front. No, the lights are on at the moment. Actually the car turned off now. So I'm just going to do one thing. I am going to turn off the lights and hopefully the DRLs turn on. Yeah, there you can see the DRLs have actually turned on. Well, the indicator is near the grille, of course, which gets the tri-arrow pattern, and of course the whole car is full of the tri-arrow pattern. Let's do one thing. Let's try and access the spare wheel, which means that you have to put the seat down. Yeah, 1 second. Seatbelt don't lock now. Yeah, and from here you remove the spare wheel. It's cumbersome, to be really honest, and this folds in one piece only. Yeah, there's no 60/40 here. I am going to try and shut this. Yeah, now it's shut. Rear passengers do not get a head at all. No adjustable headrest. No headrest in the center, so no head for the center passenger. Sorry about that. And you see, lower pockets are actually decent sized as well. Hard plastics are there in plenty, but obviously at this price you would expect all this and more. Meanwhile, here you can see the tri-arrow pattern has been done on the seats as well. Let's just get inside. Now there are no magazine holders, but scooped out seat back. Knee room and leg room is good for a small car, but under thigh support is very much lacking. Headroom is just about adequate, and of course this just comes up like that. Meanwhile, the dashboard design looks as good as ever. No such change as such there either. No height adjustable seat belts, don't need it at this price, of course. And seats actually feel nice and comfortable too. Now this car gets 2 airbags, ABS, speed alert system, all that, along with corner brake control. So yeah, in terms of safety it's good. However, Global NCAP says that it will not get the same 4-star rating, but Tata Motors is confident it will, obviously because of the CNG tank and added weight. Meanwhile, there's another safety feature which I keep forgetting. It's actually on the other side. It's there with, in every CNG car. There you can see a fire extinguisher has been placed right there. The mat say Tiago, and we just press this button. The glove box opens, which is decent size as well. I think it should get the cooling function. Anyways, there's a hook here so that you can put your Sabzi and all. Meanwhile, door pockets at the front are decent size, not really big, but build quality is nice. Proper thud when you shut the door. There's the antenna of this vehicle. I would definitely appreciate a dual tone shade, which is available in this car. Now the seats are really comfortable. Again, they get this tri-arrow pattern. Thankfully, adjustable headrest at the front. And you know what, there is a dead pedal right there. There's storage space here as well. Some amount of panel gaps here and there, but definitely much improved from before. Now you might be wondering, how am I roaming with the key of the car? Well, the thing is, the other key is placed inside. Obviously it doesn't get push button start, any of that. Now let me quickly get inside. First things first, we are going to turn off the indicator because it's making some sound. Here you can see there is the tag, the involved tag. It's very easy to use this because all I have to do is put it around the mirror. Yeah, put it around the mirror and just spray it twice. So this perfume really suits those who don't really use their car regularly. All they have to do is just spray it twice like this, twice, thrice, 4 times, how many ever times you want. The perfume actually has a high concentration, resulting in the car feeling fresh, and then when you go out with your family, it results in a pleasant drive. I really like the smell. Oh my god, the car seems completely transformed right now. Anyways, the dashboard is like really nice and big. Hard plastics in plenty, but the design is aesthetically pleasing for sure. I like the way Tata Motors has done this dual tone treatment of black and beige. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's turn on the car. You have to press the clutch, otherwise it won't turn on. So it has that clutch lock as well. There is storage space here. There's some storage space here. 2.5 cup holders. Handbrake is manual, of course. There is a USB charging socket, a 12-volt charging socket. Storage space here. The car has plenty of storage spaces, which is very impressive indeed. You get this piano black finish in the center. Air conditioning is a chiller. It's a climate control air conditioning with, it actually shows you all the information there on the top. So I'm just going to shut it for the moment. Now there was the city mode here, which has been changed to CNG now. This is to lock or unlock the vehicle, and this is for the front fog light of the car, which will only function once you turn on the lights, of course. And these are the controls for the lights. These are the controls for the wipers. Let's use the wipers. Yeah, good amount of spray on offer. That's nice. Let's do one thing. Let's try and use the rear wipers as well. And there you can see I am kind of sucking at activating the rear wipers. Yeah, there. Okay, the spray actually comes from down. Does a really good job of cleaning the windscreen. That's nice. And then you have a handle here as well, but none on the driver's side, of course. Mic placement for the Bluetooth. There's no mirror here. There's a toll receipt holder. There's a mirror there. No light. No auto dimming inside rear view mirror. Well, you don't expect that at this price point for sure. Steering wheel feels nice to hold. In fact, the horn placement is such that you can easily press the horn, which is a little bit meek. These are the controls for the audio system, and you have got this piano black finish here as well. Now, this is an all digital instrument cluster, and you know what? It's not that great as such because it's so chintu mintu in the center with telltale lights placed on the like around it. Tachometer placement is right there, which you can see, and on the right side, this is for the petrol and this is for the CNG, the fuel meter, of course, telling how much fuel is there in the car. You have got a digital speedometer, odometer, and a temperature meter, and there you can browse through twin trip meters. That's about it. That's about the information. There's a clock as well. It's telling you are in CNG mode right now. Obviously, when you activate and deactivate CNG mode, it tells you CNG mode active. So all that is present. Now this is a 7-inch screen, which is nice. It gets a reverse parking camera. There is a reverse parking camera, which gets guidelines, and the guidelines are actually adaptive. It tells me park, brake, engage, please release. Oh, that's a nice touch. That's smart enough. Now obviously it's got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well, and then it's an easy system to browse through. Yeah, I like it. I like the way it's been done. Get into park assist. Okay, now let's get out of here. Thankfully there are some easy to use buttons, but why is it not working at the moment? I am not in reverse. Why are you not getting out from here? That's kind of weird. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's get into reverse. Let's get out of it. Chalo, ab to bahar nikal ja. Haan, finally. So, let's just browse through this system very quickly. So audio setup, sound demo. Let's play an audio right away. Let's do epic travel actually. Audio quality is very impressive because it gets a 4-speaker and 4-tweeter Harman audio system. Yeah, I'll show you how it is. This is where the speaker placement is. This is where the tweeter is, and behind, of course, tweeter and the speaker. So that's nicely done. Audio system is really very fantastic. I really love it. I like the way this is such an easy system to use, and it's telling me the door is open. It's actually telling me the driver's side door is open. So because the cluster has good amount of information. Now I was wondering if we can change some colors or not, which means I just have to browse through a lot of stuff. But okay, we can get into settings. And where is this general? Oh yes, there are themes. That's what I was talking about. And here we go. My goodness, I knew it. I knew it. Tata Motors will not disappoint. We'll just keep red one because it kind of looks nice, but it only changes the color of this thing. And does it do it there? I don't know. I can't really realize it. Now the mirrors can be shut like this, and of course the mirrors of this car can be internally adjusted as well. So yeah, one touch up and down for the driver side. No, it's just a one touch down, Faisal. Obviously, overall quality of the cabin is really very nice. Seats feel quite comfortable as well. But how is it to drive? Does the CNG really dull the performance? I guess it does. Let's go. Alright, we're all set to go, which means turning off the car. The best thing about this car is, or rather the unique bit is that it can directly be turned on in CNG mode. That's right, it's turned on in CNG right now. It says CNG mode active. We're going to turn off the air conditioning. There is no cornering brake control or anything to turn off. There is in the car, but it's not there to turn off. And straight away, let's go. We're on CNG mode. At idle, there's some amount of vibrations which you can feel, but overall the motor is quite refined once you start going ahead. Now this is a CNG mode which is activated, which results in lesser power by 13 horsepower and 18 Newton meters. So it's producing, I think, around 73 horsepower and 95 Newton meters. Otherwise, this petrol engine is actually producing 86 horsepower and 113 Newton meters of torque. So CNG definitely does performance. And Tata Motors claims that this is the most powerful car in its segment because obviously it competes with the Santro as well as the Celerio, which was recently launched with a higher fuel efficiency as well. But I must admit, I was not expecting the car to be this peppy. There is some amount of, I would say, lack of refinement at lower end of the rev range, but once it starts going ahead, it is quite smooth as such, and then it pulls nicely in the mid range as well. Obviously top end made screams and it's not very refined there, but it has this sweet sound of a supercharger somehow, which I'll make you hear right now. Oh, that looks nice, energy. Anyways, into second gear, pulling the car. It's not very urgent in terms of acceleration, but gets the job done for city driving, of course. And thankfully, when Faisal Khan's fingers of truth check the exhaust of this car, it had a real one. There's no fake exhaust stuff happening outside. The one is hidden below the bumper, of course. And when you actually open the fuel lid, the car turns off now, but it gives you a warning on the instrument cluster. That's also a very sweet touch. So I would say that it has ample performance as such for city driving. It's not something which will put your pants on fire, but then the Tiago has never put your pants on fire because this 1.2 litre unit is a 3-cylinder one. It doesn't have the same level of performance and refinement as the 4-cylinder counterparts from Maruti Suzuki, of course. Anyways, this is competing with the 3-cylinder ones. The 1.2 litre unit in the Swift and all are super duper refined and punchy. But anyways, that's a story for a different day, because today we are going to be focusing on CNG. And as far as CNG goes, I'm quite impressed. It does get a little vocal as you push it hard, and there is a gear position indicator. It also tells you when to make an upshift. It gives you that arrow as such, which is not really that important. And I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to launch this car. Now you see the performance is a little lackluster, but there is a sports mode in this car, which happens to be turn off CNG mode, and there you can see added performance, added punch. I love the way it red lines. It turns red around 6000 RPM, that bar. Although the tachometer could be slightly better done. But now when I'm driving in petrol mode, I realize that the added performance is such a boon. Obviously, you're going to drink much more fuel. This has a 35-litre petrol tank. The CNG one, I told you, 12 to 14 kgs or around 60 litres of water. And we are going to apply brakes. And as you can see, braking performance is sure-footed like always. I'm going to get into CNG mode. It says CNG mode active. Into first gear, revving the motor. Rev still almost 5000 RPM, and off we go. In CNG mode, it does wheel spin, but bogs down a bit. It has the CNG sort of a warning coming up right there on the instrument cluster as well. Performance is actually quite adequate. I'm quite surprised. Performance is so good. I was expecting the car to be really sluggish, but no, it actually does a decent job. It pulls strongly. It doesn't have any flat spot as such. And then listen to this, okay? Listen to this. Very carefully. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Listen. Sound nice. Actually, my alarm just rang. That is my wake-up call. No, actually, I have a meeting right now. So it's 10:45 and have the meeting at 11 o'clock. So just wrap this real quick. Now, the gearbox is actually quite slick shifting. The clutch is also on the lighter side. Yeah, little bit notchy if you try to shift very enthusiastically. The fuel efficiency on CNG mode happens to be 26.49 kilometers per kg, which is quite less when you compare to the Celerio, of course, which is like around 35 kilometers per kg. Of course, Maruti Suzuki always aces the mileage game, but their cars are also lighter. This one actually weighs 100 kgs more than the regular Tiago because of the CNG tank. The result is I feel some amount of rattles here and there, and the ride is also stiffened up to take care of that added weight. So the ride is on the stiffer side now, although it's compliant enough, but you can feel that stiffness on certain roads. Obviously on bad roads you can feel that. Handling is as good as ever. The car is nice, easy to twirl. Steering wheel is on the lighter side, but it's not very quick to turn, and at high speeds it weighs up decently well, but really not high in terms of feel or feedback as such. Body roll is well contained, and I would say the ride and handling balance is good, much better than competitors, because Tata Motors always aces this. However, the issue happens to be some amount of rattles. I don't know from where they're creeping in, and the slight stiffness was just not needed in this car. So on CNG mode, I'm very impressed. I don't feel that lack of grunt as such, but obviously a petrol engine will perform better than a CNG once we are going to get into petrol mode right away, which is like, of course, the sports mode. Some amount of vibrations can be felt on the pedals, gear lever, steering wheel and all, 3-cylinder, and revving the motor and off we go. You can feel that the petrol has just better grunt, of course, but Tata Motors is trying to make a change here. CNG has always been considered as something which is, you know, more for operators, rather for taxis and stuff like that. But here Tata Motors is definitely trying to make a change by offering something which is on the premium side. Yes, for a small car there are a lot of premium bits here. In fact, here I can get into, where is this, park assist, which actually shows me the live camera feed while driving this car. Okay, yeah, live camera feed is also visible when you're driving this car, which is a nice touch. And you know, to exit it you have to press this X button. I was actually pressing this home button, which does nothing to go back. You have to press this X button. Live camera feed is such a sweet touch in this car. Now, of course, there are 5 variants on offer, but you know what? Their 5th variant happens to be the dual tone variant, and the price range is from 6.95 lakhs to 8.66 lakhs on road Mumbai. So a premium of around 70 to 80,000 for the CNG variant, which seems quite justified considering the added fuel efficiency. So how will I sum it up? I would say that if you're looking to stand in longer queues, then definitely you should buy a CNG. Jokes aside, that is still an issue. You know, when you go to a CNG filling pump, the line is huge, it's long and it's unending. So that's something you need to figure. I would personally not buy a CNG car. I mean, obviously it's more frugal, it's going to save the earth, environment friendly and stuff like that, but then who has the time to stand in a CNG line? Hopefully that changes. And overall, I would say it's a great package, a great effort by Tata Motors to bring in the CNG version of the Tiago as well as the Tigor, but no boot space here at all. By the way guys, don't forget to check out the Involve Your Senses perfume, which I just talked about earlier in the vlog. This is the Elements Amber. The Elements range has a lot of other options as well. You can click on the top right, I don't know if right or left, how am I saying it, how it's going to project on the screen, but you can click somewhere on the screen to get yours with a 10% discount using coupon code FASTBEAM. The car smells really fresh. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will just downshift and try to disappear. Yeah, it kind of screams near the red line. Bye bye.